2 will be coming.
Awesome. I can't wait, man. I thoroughly enjoyed season 1, so much success to you.
All right, so yeah, let's go get something to drink.
Your eyes are kind of next.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Lucky, bro. I mean, they're really lucky. We had our hands full, and our brother got caught off guard, but it belonged. Those belts were around their waist first.
Well, that's a matter of perspective. I mean, yes.
All right. Now, just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February, the one after the January show, but definitely in February. Get your tickets. Former WWE. All right, I am hanging out with the Invitational Champion, the one, the only Ferrell. All right, guys, thank you very much for being on. I can tell. What are you carrying with you today? All right, blog interactions in full effect. I'm hanging out with.
You get back here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring up something.
Hey!
Hi!
How you doing?
How you doing? Welcome everybody to Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Dank, and tonight we've got 2 very special guests. So let me bring them up without further ado. The one, the only Brandon Savage, and his manager, to find Justin Klein. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing great now. I got two very special guests, and we're going to chat it up for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I believe we're special.
I just want to say on your promo pic, let me pull that up so everybody sees it real quick. I'm digging the shirts, man. Look at those shirts.
Right?
I love them.
You got to look good. That's rule number 1.
We ain't called the drip of the sip for no reason.
Right.
All right, let's start off with
bring a little class back. Let me just say, Mr.
Dink.
Dank. Okay.
Yes.
I just want to say I apologize for Derek. I know he was supposed to be here. I understand that he didn't want to open for us because he's got a big head. So he knew that I heard he was kind of offended to be our opening act. So you know, we get a lot of pettiness like that, and Derek King he can be petty. So
it's not hard for us to outshine our fellow opponents.
No.
Well, Derek it had to reschedule for whatever reason. I don't know. It might be that reason. I don't know. He went through Serena, my booker, but yeah, he'll be back Thursday at 8:00. He's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. At least you don't have that hair dye going on anymore. What's up, Derek?
All right, let's start off with how you guys fell in love with professional wrestling. I guess Brandon can go first.
How I fell in love with professional wrestling. Well, you see, growing up, I had 4 brothers, an older brother, 2 younger brothers. Anybody that's ever been in a house full of brothers knows what that's like, you know, constantly into it, fighting, arguing. And I remember having VHS tapes of the old Attitude Era, you know, Stone Cold, The American Badass, Undertaker, The Rock, people like that, you know, watching those tapes. And then going forward, you know, wrestling just became a have-to thing in my household. You know, my dad kind of looked down upon it being the big businessman he was, but, you know, kind of rebellious kids we watched and stuff like that. And then I'd say 15 years old or so, I started attending EPW, the company, one of the companies I work for now, really watching their show. And I fell into the love of going and watching it live. And then a couple years later, you know, I went back and was like, hey, I'd like to train, get into wrestling. And ever since there, it's been a upward hill. You know, the love of the business only grows when you join the business, figuring out the behind the scenes and shit like that.
No doubt. Justin, what about yourself? And what are you drinking?
You want me to plug a local beer? So
sure.
Grind City Brewing. It's called Thaddeus. It's an amber ale. I like a nice medium body amber. Are you a drinker?
Maybe they'll sponsor one of your events. You never know.
Maybe.
I drink Corona.
Until they watch one of my promos, and then they will cancel me.
Oh no, I drink Corona. That's what I like to drink.
Let's get at the beach. It's it's a
Spanish,
girly
so.
beer, but you know.
Oh, wow! All right. You got me on that one. All right, Justin. So, how did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
So I don't know. I guess just growing up, it got huge. I'm obviously a little older than my bro here. I'm sort of like his mentor.
Right.
So we're gonna have to be talking about two different eras.
That's fine.
So I'm an alumnus. He's currently in the frat, and I'm his protege. But from my era, we're talking about the mid '80s, and that was about the time that it started blowing up. Was the time I was a kid and was huge. So Saturday night's main event. Get that TV guide. I don't know if I'm talking a foreign language here to you, but like I would always be excited to see the TV guide when Saturday Night Live was preempted for Saturday night's main event. They do it once every couple months. And I grew up watching, from really about the time that I can really first remember was WrestleMania 3.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, which was a classic. Yeah, and that was the first pay-per-view ever. I was in my parents weren't into it. My grandfather was. And so I'd watch it a little bit with him growing up. And then one of my cousins we were together at Thanksgiving, and he ordered the WrestleMania 3 like closed circuit. It was like a whole deal back then. You couldn't just click a button. You had to get a box to hook up to your TV and a satellite. And so it was like this huge thing. I mean, we recorded it, pirated it, and I was kind of hooked from then. And then ever since then, I'll kind of go in phases or eras. I'll be 7 or 8 years where I just can't get into it. But I would still I'll watch, or keep up with it a little bit. But yeah. So, and I grew up loving, my favorites were Roddy Piper was first, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, Adrian Adonis, even Big Boss Man, Bret Hart. I liked all the guys who could kind of talk and have heat, and we're good and we're great in the ring. And so all those for like different various reasons. But
okay. Mr. Brian Rogers said, "What's up?"
Oh God.
Do you know him?
Well, we need to ask him what's up. That is one of the promoters of Premier Pro Wrestling.
Oh, hello, Brian. How are you? Here we go. He's making another comment. Look, it's Justin Klein on the Papa Dank Show. I guess he's not a fan, huh?
I'd say we're not fans. Wouldn't you, Brandon?
Oh, you guys are fans. All right.
Of the Rogers family?
My guy, what's up?
No.
People are saying hello to you.
Everyone seems to hate the greatness that we bring to their show.
Everyone does.
Man. All right, Brandon. So where did you go train to be a professional wrestler? Who were your trainers, and what were your thoughts during that first initial training?
So I started training at EPW. Izzy Rotten, if anybody knows who that is, he helped me out a little bit. Bone Crusher, also an EPW wrestler. Neil Taylor, he kind of helped me out. But a guy who really polished me and made me kind of what I am in today was Motley Cruz. He's a real. I'm sure a lot of people on here would know who that is. And it's the first couple weeks of training was rough, getting your body used to bumping and all the stuff like that. But as your body gets used to it, I guess you can kind of say it gets easier. It's not really easy because we're out there putting our bodies on the line every night for the fans and whatnot. But
did you see that comment? Keep it going.
Oh,
Everybody says my book.
We're gonna get some trolls.
Yeah.
I see, man. All right, go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry.
Sorry, where was we at?
You're talking about bumping.
Yeah,
bumping. God, it was rough the first couple weeks. Then, you get into the technical wrestling side, and you learn all your stuff like that. And it's just wrestling's a roller coaster with you get training and then you get in the business and learning this, and you never finish training, honestly.
Right.
I'm 4 years in and I'm still learning shit every day. Just had a seminar with Michael Elgin, one of the best seminars I've attended. Really, he's an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to wrestling.
The trolls are going in hard on Justin more than anybody.
They hate Justin.
I see they hate Justin.
Tell him, Justin.
Justin, so tell me about your. They're talking crap about you, man.
I don't care. You don't have to show it. Ugh.
All right, let's go into Justin.
This is our time. Get off.
These people would kill a wet dream. I could swear to God, they could screw up a wet dream.
Yikes! That's rough, man. To kill that, man. All right, let's go into any type of training did you go for, Justin? Whether it be from managing talent or in the ring.
My training came straight from God. I came out of the womb ready to go.
Ready to go. You're just 100% ready.
Pretty much. So how I got into it, if you're asking that, the quick headline news version, not the full documentary, is my dad's in the legal profession, right? He's a lawyer. I work his law office. I sort of maybe sold myself as a lawyer when I'm really more of a paralegal, but So I always liked wrestling. I had a friend in East Tennessee who was getting into wrestling, and he was getting jerked around. I mean, it seems like this is a common problem in professional wrestling, corrupt management. It's a common theme. We keep seeing over and over. So he needed a little representation, somebody to kind of push some buttons, a fixer, a problem solver. And that was at School of Morton over in East Tennessee.
You're definitely pushing buttons, man. This chat is going crazy about you.
I'm sure, and I will tell them all what I think of them when we get done here. I mean, they're cowards. They like to just come on when they know I'm occupied and just
they're just a bunch of keyboard warriors.
You're on a roll now.
So, School of Morton, I went there and I helped out in a situation there. Was successful with that. The guy he was talking about, Brandon was talking about earlier, Izzy Rotten. He said there's a guy here at EPW who's kind of going through some situations and put me in touch with him, K Swiss, who had gotten a bad call at the Corinth Clash title match. Honestly, if you watched it, straight across the board.
Total screw job.
Total screw job. Shoulder came up. Ref went ahead and hit the 3. So it was perfect. I was like, I can do something about this. I mean, I will bring shame to this company. I will bury it on social media if you don't reverse it. So I did. Got what I wanted. And then as I was working through and meeting with Swiss back there, I was just kind of naturally gravitated toward these brothers, this tag team. One of which you're seeing right here, Brandon Savage and his brother Ethan Ross. I saw chemistry there. I mean, you can't duplicate that brother chemistry for a tag team. So I thought that was unique, and I saw something in them, and I thought, man, together, me and them, I mean, sky's the limit. I thought we would make a great team, and so I started hanging out with them, and just before I knew it, they asked me to be their manager full time. So I've kind of been like, big brother to them, and I even convinced them to pledge, Kappa Alpha Order, my fraternity. But people want to talk shit because I'm old. They don't understand because none of these people have been in a fraternity. Dink.
Right. Dink. Yes.
Dink is funny. I think I knew it was Dink, but I like to say Dink. So you got to control that. I'm like Trump a little bit. I like to kind of make people feel a little bit smaller and be above them. So I think that the fraternity, what I was going to say, people don't understand when you are fraternity brothers, just like anything else, it's for life. Right? Whether you choose to be active in it or not, which I do because I'm a great spokesperson. I'm a great face. I mean, look at this.
Gotcha.
So I'm a great recruiting tool. I had stayed active in my fraternity, got these boys in the fraternity, and the hot shots, they went on. They were very successful. That was Brandon and Ethan. And then Ethan eventually started not being able to pull his weight. Brandon was the breakout star.
Falling off.
Yeah.
So Ethan was
Obviously,
out.
Brandon was the breakout star. We're starting to get a little bit of sibling rivalry going on. We had to make a decision, and Ethan got cut.
Ethan got cut. All
Ethan
right.
got cut. So Brandon, the frat row hero, has been rolling solo for how long now, man? Almost a year, right?
Somewhere along the lines are there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's a good comment about you, Justin. Justin Klein is one of the most brilliant minds in the business today. Classy, wise, and humble.
Oh yeah, that's Robert. One of the only people on here that has class.
There's a few needles in the hay out there.
Let me see. We got a question from Serena herself.
And that's
go ahead, finish, and then we'll go to her question.
Oh no, I was just going to say, and that's another part of our mission, is because it is a shame that wrestling does have kind of a bad reputation, and part of it, most of it, is the fans' fault because the fans are very trashy and very annoying, and you know that's true.
Some fans.
They are. And we're trying to bring a higher class clientele so we all make more money.
Gotcha. All right. Serena says, Brandon, if you could pick anyone, indies or a signed wrestler, who would you want to wrestle? Now, Serena's taking my questions, but okay, go ahead. Pick an indie and a well-known. How about that?
Indie and a well-known?
Then we'll do the same question for Justin. Who he would want to manage? Another indie or another well-known? Okay.
Let's see. Let's go with the well-known first. We'll come back to the indie. Let me think about that.
Okay. All right. So that's cool.
So let's go well-known. Are we talking over any brand, Impact, WWE?
Any brand.
I've actually got honors to see Ace Austin work several times. He's been on several other shows, and I've really wanted to work him every time we have him on one of our shows, and hopefully one day that'll come about. He's a really great guy, great talent, and I'd love to just have a match with him.
Are you listening to Neil Taylor?
I don't think he's listening. All right,
Indies. Let me think on that one a little bit.
Okay. All right. Justin, your turn. Who would you like to manage in the indies and or one of the big companies?
Is that even a question for him? He don't want to manage nobody else.
I mean,
if you had to pick someone else.
You stole my answer, by the way. That was going to be that other answer. For sure. For the major, somebody from up there in your neck of the woods, obviously somebody with class, somebody who's trying to bring back wrestling to have some credibility. That would be MJF.
MJF, okay.
Of course.
All right,
Does he need a manager? Obviously not. He's on top of the game. But if it's on fantasy world, yeah, I think I would manage MJF. There's not a lot of people, honestly, that I bond with in locker rooms. And, I mean, can you see me, like, hanging out with something like Orange Cassidy? I don't think so.
No, I don't. No.
No. Christian Cage, I really like. I like Ethan Page.
I can see.
There's like a half a dozen that I could see me, blending with. In the indies, I mean, I've already got the guy. I just said this not the other day when somebody was trying. I mean, I'm constantly getting people in my ear, in my DMs trying to get me to manage them. I've really, honest to God, got the indie wrestler that I want because we get along, we click. I mean, and it just gets better as this year's went on, knowing what each other's thinking, kind of understanding each other. And, I mean, I don't think anybody could pull this off. I keep wanting to go over here. Could pull this off better than the frat row hero. So, honestly, I think we complement each other really well.
Okay. I don't know who this Cody guy is, but he's got something against you, man. Well, that's the other comment. This is what Cody said. Only Klein think Klein can manage is all you can eat buffet.
And you think that's funny?
Yikes! But you got.
I hear you laughing. I hear you laughing.
It's a funny comment, but Andrew's on your side. He says, "Show you some respect."
Yeah, Andrew's definitely on our side because we've got a little deal going with Andrew Bates. You'll be seeing more of him very soon.
Okay, all right.
That. He's definitely an associate.
All right, let me. Next question is for you, Justin. If you could arrange for Brandon to face one opponent, who would you want him to face? You can't say MJF.
No, I mean I would be. Yeah, that would. No. You talking indies or you talking?
Let's say
level?
Anyone.
Anyone? I mean, I think everybody's tired of the tribal chief. You know, I think it's time.
I knew you were going to go there.
I mean, what kind of question is that? What am I going to say?
I knew you were going to go there.
Michael Cage from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. No, I'm going to say the tribal chief.
Oh man, maybe Michael Cage wants a shot. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, Brandon. Next question. What federation would you like to wrestle for that you haven't wrestled for yet? Andrew says you're the head of the table.
You know, that's a tough one because they all have their pros and cons.
Okay, maybe one you haven't been to.
So are we talking indies or are we talking
indies?
Indies.
We'll give Justin a break because the comments still roll in for Justin.
You know, I was going to eat a snack here too, and I'm like, that will just set them off. So I'm starving to death. But God forbid I go get one of those delicious Christmas cakes over there and start eating it, because then people take screenshots and they'll troll me forever. So, and I'm really in good shape. I'm really in good shape. Honestly, I had a debut match. I had my debut match coming up, by the way. EPW plug while Brandon thinks.
Gotcha.
Plug my debut match. It's a special, like, I'm not getting in the ring full time, but I gotta say I held my own. You know what I said?
Okay. All right. While
I don't
Brandon
want to spoil anything, but I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty proud of it.
While Brandon is still thinking, let's talk about your ring real quick. How many diamonds are in that thing? Holy cow. That thing is shiny.
As many as they'll fit. You like it?
I love it, man. It's classy.
Thank you. That's the goal.
So let's go this direction. I apologize. I forget the names of places and stuff, but I'd really like to work the Florida area. If I could choose to work the Florida area.
Gotcha.
That's one area I would like to.
If you had to pick one major promotion that would best fit your style, where would you want to go to and why?
There's a FCW, Florida Championship, Real Pro Wrestling, Coastal.
Don't worry, I don't know the Florida promotions either. So
maybe
personally, I want to go to Florida down there so we can take our yacht down there. That's the reason. I mean, I am tired of the Osceolas and the Dyers and the.
Oh Lord!
I'd like to see you guys up here in New York.
Boonvilles. I would love to go to New York. The Big Apple, baby.
Big Apple.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to like 47 of the 50 states, and I've been to New York, but I've actually never been to Long Island. I've never been to New York City. I went to upstate New York.
Okay.
So
someone threw out a suggestion for you on Instagram. We can't see the comments because they don't link their StreamYard, but someone threw out for you, Brandon, Deathmatch King Matt Cardona as an opponent.
What's that? Sorry,
Someone threw in Someone threw in as an opponent for you on Instagram, Deathmatch King Matt Cardona for you to.
I'm not a big fan of the death matches. I'm sorry, they're kind of.
Don't worry, neither is he really.
They're a little beneath us.
He's only done like 2 or 3 at the most.
You know, I value my
the
body more than
deathmatch.
putting it through that
He's more the deathmatch
type of torture.
training.
If you had a body like Brandon Savage, you wouldn't want to put it through there anyway. I mean, look at those deathmatch wrestlers. They got nothing to lose.
That is true. That is true. Look at that. Cody says, "I'll
give you. You want to talk to a deathmatch wrestler? Talk to Eric Wayne. That guy's a lunatic. Get him on your show.
Straight crazy.
You won't have the best ratings, but he's crazy."
Cody says, "I must admit, Klein is at the head of the table. It's because it's the closest to the door, so he can dine and dash." Oh man, yikes! They hating on you, Justin. I kind of like
hate
you.
That you're laughing and encouraging it.
But I kind of like you, Justin.
Thank you.
There's no need for us to dine and dash. We have more money than anybody would ever imagine of holding.
Well, if you have a yacht, you should. Holy cow! Can I come on the yacht one day? Holy cow!
Sure.
I don't know anybody who has a yacht, so.
Really? You live on Long Island? You don't know anybody who has a yacht?
I don't, man. I'm not like rich or no rich people.
What kind of social level are we talking to here?
I grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You see the hood movies? That's where I grew up, in the hood. I'm not there right now, but
my God, I see it now. That is not really your house.
That is not my house.
It's a backdrop.
This fraud.
What's the matter? You don't like my piano?
Oh, I just thought you had some kind of condition where your shoulder disappeared sometimes. And now I'm realizing you are putting on a scam this whole time. We're about to blow this wide open.
It's not a secret. I don't know who you're blowing, what you're whistle blowing, because there's no secret to it.
Wow.
All right, Brandon. Promotion.
Poor people all want to be rich.
They want to imitate us so bad.
Everybody's laughing and having a good time. But anyway, Brandon, promotion, major promotion would best fit your style.
Impact, maybe.
Okay.
I believe it. Impact, maybe.
Would best fit your style. Okay. There's a lot of like leeway and Impact more than a WWE. Good call. Good call. All right. So
any place that will recognize talent and class. You don't have to have a bunch of weird makeup, tattoos, and piercings. You can be an all-American stud, the old-fashioned style, classy.
I could tell you guys
and be a hero, huh?
I could tell you guys are classy.
Yes,
I could tell.
Yeah. By the way, who was that tag team in your intro? Because we have those Argyle sweater vests that they are wearing.
Those are the Even Stevens.
The Even Stevens. Well, they have.
They look like a couple of Stevens.
They are graduates of Creative Pro. If you've heard of Creative Pro.
I have.
Okay. All right. Brandon, you heard of Creative Pro?
He was creative.
We're gonna give him a hint. Who is their most famous person though? I know Justin knows. MJF.
Yes.
He came out of Creative Pro.
He follows MJF.
Yeah. But there were others like Kurt Hawkins and
Kurt Hawkins actually created it. That's his school.
Did he? Okay.
Him and
I'm not huge on it. I mean, we kind of deal with our own business here. We don't go marking out all across the country. But there are just certain things, and I do know, like, it seems like there was somebody else I know from there. But
there's a couple of people that came out of there: Max Caster, Chris Statlander, Alex Reynolds, John Silver. A lot of the AEW people came from Long Island.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But anyway, all right, let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. Let's talk about favorite hobbies to do outside of wrestling. We'll start with Brandon first.
Well, let's see. I've mastered the golf course, so of course I love to golf. Mastered the billiards table. I could probably whoop anybody's ass in billiards.
There's a club.
Well,
I like pool too. Pool's fun.
I've won a lot of money in pool. A lot of money.
Okay.
That's fact. Fact check it.
Is it really? Okay. All right.
See, I like making fun of poor people. You see,
I don't think that's a hobby.
It is for us. There's a lot of it's a material rich environment.
Oh my god! All right,
you've never been to Mississippi, have you?
I haven't. No, I'm about to go to Arkansas this year, though, in the first half of the year.
Well,
Osceola to be exact.
Osceola, Arkansas, Mississippi. That's like a tri-state area. You're like 2 hours from all those places, so you'll be at everything.
I'm gonna have to be at everything. All right, Justin. What's
your
favorite?
You're not gonna want to stay in Osceola more than a few hours.
I think I'm staying with the Clapp family. If you've heard of them,
I have. Yes, yeah.
All 100 of them.
Huh?
There's like 100 and something of them.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I see one of them arguing with Johnny Dotson a lot, and it amuses me. They go back and forth.
All right, Justin. What about yourself? What are some of the hobbies you like to do outside of wrestling, besides being on your yacht?
That's number one. I like to travel. Obviously, I've been to 47 of the 50 states. You got a Playboy lifestyle, no kids, women on speed dial, none that have to crash here. I get to go and do what I want. So I like traveling. I like golf, obviously, another thing we got in common. Music. I know I'm a big music fan. So,
all right.
Those will be my three.
Or some of the tunes you're listening to.
It's funny. I've really been in the Killers. Just put out their greatest hits, and that's probably my favorite band of the last 20 years. But I go from everything. I like, alternative and singer-songwriter and outlaw country, Americana folk. As long as it's good, classic rock. I mean, as long as it's good, I like it.
No Bad Bunny?
No.
No.
Oh, come on. All
right, I'm a bit of a music snob. In college, I worked at a record store for a little while, believe it or not. And so I am, if you've seen the movie High Fidelity, John Cusack. So I'm a little like that. I'm a little snobby. I've been making fun of people a long time, Dank. Before wrestling fans, I made fun of music buyers.
Did you really? I thought I could see you doing.
Yeah.
Cody says you're wanted in 47 states. That's why you travel.
You know what? Cody's like a Barney Fife. He's like a little deputy up there. Dyer thinks he got some power because they let him do some shenanigans at the last show, and it went to his head.
Oh, is that who that is?
That's who that is.
Oh my gosh.
Brandon, here's a comment for you.
Keep talking shit, and I'll do more than push you next time, buddy.
Here's a comment for you, Brandon. Brandon, the 2020 Mr. Perfect. I think we're in 2024, but okay.
I mean, I've been perfect all my life, if that's what you mean.
There you go. I think that's a compliment. Here comes Cody again. Brandon Savage can carry the Brooklyn Brawlers jockstrap, and Andrew Bates is a cheap knockoff version of Downtown Bruno. What the hell?
Exactly.
Can someone say nice things about Brandon and Justin in the comments, please? So we can show that.
I mean, we have given you our time. What, the last 40 minutes?
Yeah, it's gone on quickly.
It has gone by quickly. I didn't
it's
know
been
if
40 minutes.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't even feel like it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It seems like we just came on.
I know. When you come on my show, everybody comes on and they have fun. So except for the chat, they're not having fun with you guys. Yikes.
Oh.
All right, let's go into favorite food and snack for each of you. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
This is a setup.
While you guys are thinking real quick, let me thank some of the people on our Instagram feed. We got Elijah Eden, all the way from Titan Championship Wrestling. Skills the Great.
Is that a midget?
He's another wrestling manager who's really, really good.
Who?
Skills the Great. He manages the SATs.
Okay.
I want to thank them for being on. That was a setup question. Someone said, yikes. I think that's directed towards you, Justin.
It was a setup question. I know it was.
It was not a setup question. All
What's
right.
your favorite? What's your favorite?
All right,
Corn dogs,
so
Coney Island dog,
Me?
Coney Island hot dogs
No,
and a
man.
handshake.
I'm gonna say Spanish food. I like my good
Spanish
tacos
food.
and stuff,
Spanish food.
burritos and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I do allow myself to have a cheat meal, pizza is my go-to thing. I
Okay,
love pizza. It's just
pizza's good.
I've always been a pizza fan.
You need to have New York pizza.
Oh, I love the New York slice.
Well, we're gonna have to figure that out one day.
And then I guess snack, it's really bad for me when I have my cheat meal and there's a thing of Oreos around because
Those things can go.
Oreos are good.
Hero loves his Oreos.
Okay, all right. What about yourself, Justin? I know the comments are gonna start rolling in soon.
All right. So I like Italian. I love Italian. I love Mexican. I love Asian. I love home cooking. I mean, I like there's really nothing.
Sounds like you like a lot.
I do like a lot. I can't just narrow it down. I mean,
Good
I like
Chinese
everything from
buffet.
stuff you wouldn't think I would like. I mean, I would really love, a good porterhouse, good steaks, God, squash casseroles and Italian spinach and all that stuff. Now I like chicken Alfredo and shrimp Alfredo and chicken Parmesan, pizza, chimichangas. I mean, how do you just pick one food? That's crazy.
All right. Dwayne wants to know, Brandon, do you cheat? Cheat at what?
Do I cheat? I
don't know
mean,
what that means.
have you ever seen me cheat? Name one time I've cheated. Pull up footage of one time I've cheated.
Call them out.
But yeah, any
Go ahead.
anybody that works out 7 days a week has a cheat meal. So I mean, that's if you don't know what that is, then you definitely don't work out.
Yeah, I do 6 days a week myself, but I want to address this comment as far as the setup. When you're made fun of for your weight and get asked your favorite food. Now, I used to be really fat, so I would never make fun of someone's weight.
So you were fatter than you are now?
No, I'm not fat now. I'm thin. I work out 6 days a week, man.
Sorry. Probably the camera.
The camera does add a little weight, a little bit.
So, food for like cheap food, then I like.
What the hell? Klein buys ramen noodles by the pallet.
Can you block this dude from the comments?
I don't even know what ramen noodles are, bro. What is a ramen noodle?
It's really for like, it's a cheap meal. Let's put it that way.
Like Spam or something?
Maybe.
I'm not on welfare, so I don't know.
All right, go ahead, Justin.
So my go-to snack, I don't usually eat sweets really, but if I have to, my most temptations are cheesecake. Like it's a really good cheesecake, like a salted caramel cheesecake,
right?
Or I'm big on those Christmas tree cakes. I can't lie.
Okay. All right.
I still have a few boxes here left.
Okay.
But
they're not like what 75%.
Oh, the
off
Italian
at Walmart?
cakes too. Coconut. I love anything coconut and Italian, like wedding cakes.
Italian
We're
wedding
from New
cake.
York. Don't you like Italian food, cannolis? And
What is an Italian wedding cake? What's the difference between an Italian wedding cake and a regular wedding cake?
you seriously don't know?
I don't know. No, I really don't
fat.
know. I don't go to a lot of weddings. Let's put it that way.
It has nothing to do with the wedding. It's just called a wedding cake. It's just really rich. Got some nuts in it. And it's very rich. You can't eat very much of it. It's really good.
All right. And I
Look
love
it up when we
cannolis.
get done here. I can't believe you're from New York.
That
Long
You're
Island.
like from a trailer park in New Jersey, and you're saying you're from New York. That's what I think.
No, I'm from New York. Now I love cannolis. Cannolis
I'm
are good.
sure that MJF knows what that Italian cake is, but
that brings me back to another favorite of mine, the Danish wedding cookies. If y'all ever had them.
Oh yeah, I've had them.
Oh,
they are on point. They
Yes.
are on point.
Those are really good.
It's a shame we can't eat these more than like once or twice a year because we got to stay in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to limit what I'm eating because it's so easy.
Yeah,
I work in
yeah,
retail as my shoot job,
Well, I
so
talked to
it's
Brandon. I guess you kind of work out too or something.
okay. Get it. All right. Yikes. All right, let's go into Brandon. Would you like to travel overseas? Where would be the ideal place to go overseas?
I would love to go work with New Japan. That would be an amazing experience.
Okay, awesome.
You know,
What about
that's
yourself, Justin? Where would you like to go?
Oh, I would like to work Japan too, but for strictly wrestling, yeah, I would like to go. Japan would be the place.
Okay.
Other than that, I would like to go to like Italy, Greece, France.
Okay.
I'm not sure how the wrestling scene is in France, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
I haven't heard anything either.
yeah, I don't know about that.
I think Brandon had more to say. Do you have more to say on Japan?
no, but if it's non-wrestling purposes, I'd love to visit Germany. Germany has some very awesome scenery over there.
Okay. I heard the party scene is really good in Germany. That's what I hear.
I know I've known a couple people from Germany, and I've heard good reviews on Germany.
Okay. Justin, you got me curious. Is
Anywhere
there wrestling in France?
Anywhere in the Caribbean. I really don't know. I was just throwing places out there I have not been to that I'd like to go to. And any place, in the Southern Caribbean would be awesome.
Okay. All right. Cody says Klein can't leave the country. He's on too many watch lists.
For what? Being a stud, that's not a crime.
Look who's in the chat. Mr. Dorian Vane. Look at my boy Justin Klein.
We're about to have we're gonna have some issues here if we don't wrap this up. Dang. See, Dorian Vane is somebody who's kind of been blowing up my cell phone and trying to drive a wedge between me and Brando.
He's sticking up for you. He's saying, "Shut up, Cody."
No, he is. He's
but
so is Dorian trying to drive a wedge between you guys? Why is that?
He's making me feel like Miss Elizabeth and their Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Everybody wants Justin Klein as their manager, but
that's true.
There's only one guy that can afford him, and one guy that he just honestly wants to manage.
And they can't get it through their heads.
Nobody else has the persona I have.
All right. Dorian says there is no wedge.
There is no wedge. Right. But some people try to put one there because they would love, let me tell you something, Dick. Let me go on another tirade. A lot of wrestling managers, they're whores. Okay. They will go and they just every night they're managing here and they're managing somebody there and then they never see them again. Like, what are you really managing? You're walking out to the ring with somebody for one night because they can't talk or because they don't know what they're doing. No, I take clients. I take brothers. I take, proteges. So this is a full-time project. I'm not just going to run off all willy-nilly to every little Outlaw Mud show and pick out somebody. So that's kind of what makes me different is I'm more invested and I put more into my client. I see him more than just a client. I see him as a brother. Okay. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think Dorian doesn't agree with you. I don't think
I'm a lot better looking than any other manager around here. If you've looked, let me call them out. Justin Case, even Hollywood Jimmy. I like these guys. Lucky P. Larson. I'm better looking than all of them. So
Sebastian Moon.
Dorian's got some more comments. Only one person deserving of him is me. And you carry people on exactly a project with me. It isn't a project. It's a partnership. He wants a partnership, Dorian.
What if this looks like a project?
That's what he's saying. He wants a partnership.
We have been
to be continued
for me and Justin has been a partnership for the past 2-3 years?
Yeah. Over 2 now.
Dorian says you're a project.
I'm a project.
Hey, Serena
I'll tell you what, you come
Dorian
down to ABW and I'll make you a project.
Serena says that Dorian Vane is, aka the princess, is here. This chat is going crazy tonight for you guys, man. Whoa! Wow! Yikes!
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? So you have two schools of thought. You have some people who think Brandon would be better without me, and he doesn't need me, blah, blah, blah. They'd like him if it wasn't for me. And then you got people saying, I would be better managing them, that I'm better and I'm helping him too much to do that. But they're all jealous, is what the bottom line is. They want to see us turn on each other because this is a very competitive business. Everybody wants the top spot. Everybody wants to try to cut somebody off from reaching that top spot. They know that we're on path to get to the top.
Right.
And they're trying to wreck it. But it's not going to happen.
Dorian says, if I go to PPW, I'll be champion, unlike you.
You hear that?
Oh, my gosh.
Looks like this is going to be continued somewhere else other than here. Oh, Premier Pro Wrestling's jumping in. Dorian Vane got him.
See, that even shows that they're biased.
That
even shows that the very company that we're nice enough to promote, nice enough to show up for, we put that motherfucker on the map. Can I cuss here?
Yes, you can. He's saying he's not jealous.
We put that place on the map, and now they don't even show us proper respect.
Dorian says he's not jealous at all. You can do better.
We're the longest reigning. I don't care what he's saying right now. He's pissing me off. We are the longest reigning tag team champions ever in Premier Pro Wrestling. And this year, should we get a fair opportunity, we're going to take little Marco Harris. Let me ask you something. Have you heard
They
of Marco
shelter
Harris?
Marco Harris.
Yes.
So bad away from me.
You've heard Marco Harris, right?
I don't think I've heard of him, no, but go ahead.
I thought you went on. Well, he's around this little circuit, this region. It's almost like territories again.
I don't know everybody.
People act like they blow such smoke up this kid's ass. He's good, but he's not Brandon Savage. Okay. He's not tough. He doesn't have what it takes.
You know, the thing with Marco Harris is if you've watched one of his matches, you've watched them all. Right. He has 5 moves, and it's just repetitive.
And he's just waiting to reverse all of the moves.
Next time I face Marco Harris, I've got him right here. I can read him like a book. It's going to be an easy 1, 2, 3. Whether it's for the PPW junior heavyweight champion or it's for the EPW heavyweight champion.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the last question. What have you got planned for 2024? What are your goals? These guys are going crazy in here.
I'd like to travel more for 2024, honestly.
Okay.
Get out, see different states.
Gotcha. Wrestle different talent. I get it.
Yeah.
Good. Justin?
Move the hell out of this dump called the Mid-South that you're apparently going to vacation to, which is
but
I'm
going to visit.
Travel. Well, I got goals. We're going to get a singles championship this year. If we don't, then I'm done. That's how much I'm banking on it. That we're going to get a singles championship by the end of this year. Probably in the first quarter of this year, to be honest.
Yeah, it shouldn't even take till the end of the year.
We're chasing 2 of them. So, yes, getting a rightful championship, getting recognized more, and wrestling in some new places. I want to travel too, with school with him and, with my business. It's kind of hard, but we've gotten some offers. Do you know, what is it, Future Stars of Wrestling in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Yes, so Rocky Thurber that works out there has wanted me to come out there for a long time. There's a place in Georgia that wants us, but it's hard to find the time. But I definitely do want to get in front of some crowds, even some new ones around here. So Arkansas people, hate to say that, but Southern Mississippi coastal, we want to expand a little more. We've already got this year we're going to a lot of shitholes, but they're new shitholes. Selmer, Jackson, Tennessee, Tupelo, Dyer, of course, in Boonville, Corinth. So, I mean, just in the first 3 months, we've got about 7 different towns we're going to.
Okay, awesome. What about this guy? Cat got Brandon's tongue. What does that even mean? What's next for the new commissioner?
That's another
He
one.
just skipped over your question, Chappie, because you're such an idiot.
What is Dorian going on about in here? You're the cactus. That's what I want to do.
What?
What is going on in the chat today, man? You guys are bringing out
a real problem around here.
You guys are bringing out all the best tonight. Let me tell you. All right, tell everybody where they can follow you and what you got coming up next.
Brandon?
You find us at APW.
I'm the businessman. I'll give it to them.
Uh-huh.
I don't really have the dates in front of me. Don't you have a flyer or something? I know I prepared you.
You did.
Pop
you
up that dank flyer, Dank.
You got this coming up at Premiere, Washington versus Savage, January 19th. Showtime is at 9:30. Tickets are only $10. That's pretty cheap.
Showtime ain't no 9:30.
No, 7:30. 7:30.
Better not be. We got a party.
We got plans.
You got a party? All right, good. And then Saturday, January 27th, you will be at another, again, Premier Pro Wrestling. Saturday, January 27th, time as at 7:30. Once again, tickets are only $10. And there's Marco, appearance by Marco Harris.
There he is.
There he is.
You know who he was.
As well as AJ Kazan from the NWA will be there as well.
You knew who he was.
I don't know who he is.
Well, you saw him. You knew who he was just then. So Damian Wayne's going to be there. Yeah, AJ Kazana. Of course, you see us, the big stars there in the center. Trace Hunt, Maddie the Baddie, Marco Harris.
It don't surprise me that he don't know who he is. But.
Some new wannabe hot shots. I guess we inspired. I don't hate to take credit for them, but the Hoagie brothers or something.
Something
from
like
Southern
that.
Mississippi.
Right.
Trying to be like our
so
old
many
tag
people
team.
try to be like us. So many people try to be like us.
As the chat keeps getting more and more out of control, I'm going to go into it. I got
hit up by some dude, Brandon, today called Frat Boy, and his name is Owen Hart, which I don't think is coincidence, and it makes me wonder like why he would name himself Owen Hart. But it's someplace called Out of Control Wrestling in Arkansas. So yeah, we're inspiring clones. Dank, that's how big we are.
I see. All right, coming up next for me, I will be next Saturday at Titan Championship Wrestling for Monsoon, the 4-year anniversary. Make sure you go to Titan Championship Wrestling to get your tickets right now. For
Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla Monsoon, not Gorilla Monsoon. After that, I will be at Wrestling Is Now presents Heart Attack. Come down to Wrestling Is Now in Queensboro Elks Lodge, the world famous Queensboro Elks Lodge, as Crowbar is going to be in attendance, hanging out there, as well as this guy right here making his wrestling debut, Big Body Bez. Make sure you go to Wrestling Is Now to get your tickets or use that QR code. That event's going to be red hot up here in New York. New York. After that, we are going down. I am going down to Victory Pro Wrestling presents the King of New York tournament. Saturday night, February 17th. Make sure you get your tickets for Victory Pro Wrestling. There's another frat fraternity over there, the Delta House, featuring Jack Thomason, Dante Drago, Nick Robles.
All right, some of our boys.
Bryce Donovan, Steven Azure, and Bobby Orlando. And making her appearance is Gabby Forza at Victory Pro Wrestling, who's making quite a sensation in the indie scene up here in the Northeast.
Hey, you know one? Did you ever go to? It's funny because NJPW is, obviously so well known stuff, but there used to actually be called a New Jersey Pro Wrestling. Did you ever go to that?
I haven't. I've only been to Titan out there.
Huh?
Titan Championship Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
The only place I've been to.
Okay. Well, Bull James, you remember him? He wrestled.
Yes, I know Bull James. Yeah.
He's got.
He owns Outlaw Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
So he's got it.
But hey, he started there.
Absolutely. Next Wednesday at 5:00, I have Tristan Kyle coming on the podcast. He is from Creator Pro and Victory Pro Wrestling, so make sure you come back for that podcast. And then more to be announced later today, including your friend over here, Derek King, coming on Thursday, January 11th at 8. I think he's your friend.
I mean, we haven't had any clashes with him. I just think it's funny that he didn't want to open up for us, be the opening band. Curtain jerker for us.
Yikes. All right, guys. Thank you for coming on the podcast. We will say goodbye to Instagram right now. Goodbye, Instagram.
Goodbye, Instagram.
And everybody else. I want to appreciate the Brandon Savage and Justin Klein for coming on. I was very entertained tonight.
Brando, tea time, 9 a.m.
Yeah, I'm down. I will.
Oh, man. Dorian keeps going on in the chat, man. Dorian is just going on and on and on. What?
Where are all these comments at? So I can like put them in their place, maybe block some of them.
Look at this.
Are these on YouTube or Facebook?
They're on Facebook. Hey, Dank, ask Klein about his red panties he wore to Bradford. What?
That's it. You are out of time. Well, I don't know what he's talking about. Some fucking lies.
Yikes.